Hello everyone, this is Backyard Musings, broadcasting live from the Double Wide in Apple Valley, California. I'm Steve.
And I'm Scott.
It's kind of a nice day, a little cloudy, but it's really nice.
Yeah, a little windy, a little cool, but yeah, nice day for February.
Yeah.
And starting off the week.
Yep. So far, President Trump now has over $400 million in penalties from those two judgments, the defamation and now the fraud. Two court cases, right?
Yeah.
We don't know how much his attorney fees are, but you can bet they're at least 10%. That'd be a good starting point of those amounts. So 40 million, I don't know. So he's got to pay the 400 million plus attorney fees, right? He's going to appeal the E. Jean Carroll decision and the Judge Nudie decision. Engoron, Nudie, because he took selfies with his shirt off in the gym.
I heard he has to bond for this money, even if he appeals it.
Yeah.
You got to get a bond for this.
Yeah, and that costs money too.
Sure, yeah. Because he's going to probably have to bond for 10 to 15% more than what it is just to cover it. So.
Yeah. Usually bonds are like 1 to 2% of the amount. I'm a contractor, so mine is 2%, but the good guys can get them for at least 1%, maybe 0.5%. So
Trump's not a good guy, remember? At least not in New York. So
he's probably got a surety that he works with a surety because he's a developer.
Yeah.
So So I mean,
maybe
just
not for long in New York, though, right?
1% is $4 million. That's 1%. He's gonna have to pay.
Yeah.
So and he can't operate any business in New York, nor be an officer of any business in New York. This is going to take more cash to pay the attorney fees and the bond too.
3 years for him, and 2 years for his boys.
Yeah. So
I'd get out.
I'd get out too.
I'd move. I'd say, I'd talk to my employees and say, we're moving out of state. Here's the offer. If you guys want to stay here in this hellhole, go ahead. If not, we're out of here. But come with us. But I'd pull it. I mean, I heard the other day, 10,000 employees in New York.
Yeah, that's
a lot of people.
Sad if he leaves. I mean,
it is sad. But I mean, they're kind of forcing his hand.
They've got a target on his back,
Yep.
And whatever it takes, take him down.
Exactly.
So he's also funding the attorney fees for the Alvin Bragg case regarding the 34-count felony case involving the manner of hush payments to Stormy Daniels. Why are we still talking about?
I don't know.
I think that was how it was classified with Cohen, whether it was legal fees or hush money, and I think that's going to fall apart.
Well, Cohen, we haven't heard from him for a while, so let's hope we don't.
Trump's also funding the attorney fees for the criminal case from Fulton County, Georgia, about election interference. Right, so he's got attorney fees there. He's funding attorney fees to defend himself from the federal J6 accusations and improper possession and storage of restricted government documents.
And no charges there yet.
No.
Right?
Well, yeah, there are charges.
No, not for Trump.
Well, yeah, there are. Trump conspiracy. They didn't charge him with insurrection,
right.
But conspiracy and to block an official proceeding, that kind of stuff. Now, do you think that $40 million in attorney fees racking up so far is far-fetched, Mr. Trump? The appeals process could take years for all these cases, right? So I looked up. We talk about lawfare, right? Mm-hmm. So what is lawfare? Lawfare is the use of legal systems and institutions to damage or delegitimize an opponent or to deter an individual's usage of their legal rights. The term may refer to the use of legal systems and principles against an enemy, such as by damaging or delegitimizing them, wasting their time, right? Election interference. Mm-hmm. Now he has to campaign at night. And money, frivolous lawsuits, or winning a public relations victory. That snapshot of his grill, of his mug when he was scowling. Remember that?
Yeah.
The Dems thought that was a public relations victory, but it started going on T-shirts and selling, right?
Yeah, not much has really has damaged him as far as his popularity and being able to campaign. I mean, you say he's campaigning at night. I mean, he's still packing them in.
Oh yeah.
He's not. He hasn't lost anybody. I mean,
Loyalty,
he said a few things lately that, like that NATO comment he made. That was a little off the wall. But he's not a big fan of NATO, and I can understand why, because they don't pay their fair share.
Well, but he's threatened to remove the United States, but he hasn't removed the United States.
Right.
I mean, that's the threat to get people to pony up
Yeah.
for defense.
But that comment that he said that he just let other countries invade some of the countries that are delinquent. That he said the other day, that was a little
off the wall.
Yeah.
So, alternatively, it may describe a tactic used by repressive regimes to label and discourage civil society or individuals from claiming their legal rights via national or international legal systems. Banana Republic, right?
Yep.
Totally. So Forbes has estimated Trump's net worth to be $2.6 billion. In a document submitted at trial in the Judge Nudie case, Trump's cash and cash equivalents were $293.8 million. Okay, that'll take so right away he can't pay for the decisions, right? He can pay attorney fees,
Right.
but not the decisions. So that is disposed of as of a 2021 document. Trump insists that his brand was not included in the financial statement, which he says is upwards of $10 billion, worth $10 billion. Will Mr. Trump need to sell off assets just to pay legal bills and fees and pay these people off if he loses on appeal?
Yeah, I heard on the news coming here today, Steve, they weren't making any comment, but I don't think that's going to be the case. I mean, unless he just wants to get out of Dodge, get out of New York and just, sell everything off. Yeah, sell everything and get out of there. So, I wonder that part of this problem is that he stated the value of the property, or it was appraised at a higher value than it really was. I wonder what will happen to it now that if he puts it on the market. Probably just the opposite of that, right? But nobody will raise. Yeah, nobody will raise anything.
That's
about
one
that.
way to prove it. Sell it all off.
Yeah.
Well, he's not going to sell Mar-a-Lago, but
yeah, no, I'm
you
just
sell
talking
all
about
the New
stuff
York
in New York.
assets. That'll show that
Right.
Judge Nudie is just messed up in the head.
Yeah.
Okay, so there are second and third order effects of this lawfare, particularly in New York. Businesses are now expected to flee New York based on this fraud ruling, because this could be a sign of things to come if you're on the wrong side of the political party in New York, especially New York City.
Well, do you blame those people?
No.
I mean, I don't blame them either.
No. I don't blame them at all. It's just
Yeah.
it's just an effect of what's happening.
Right.
And
Domino
if you couldn't
effect.
see that, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But-
or blame the people for thinking it.
Yeah, citizens are already fleeing New York for Florida because of crime and taxes.
Yeah.
Now the governor, Hochul, is assuring her constituents that own businesses, this will not happen to you because most business owners are law-abiding citizens and that Mr. Trump violated the law. Well, that's not very comforting. This is not going to affect you. But it's also a tacit admission of they went after Trump. This is not going to happen to you. It can only happen to Trump.
Yeah,
Right?
I wouldn't fall for that. Well, I wouldn't believe this governor anyway. So
If you're listening from New York and you think that this won't happen to your conservative business, better think again. You just misstep or say something on social media that's not according to the narrative, they're coming after you.
you need to vote that governor out the next time around.
What's to stop them from going after you? Nothing. Okay, now a group of truckers who support President Trump are saying that they boycott driving within New York City, 7-day boycott, right?
I love it.
I love it too. Many truckers across the nation have not taken the Judge Nudie decision lightly. Remember that truckers, they talk on the radio to each other as they're going down the highway.
Right.
Smokey's right over here, and Trump just got screwed, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So, I mean, this is it's like wildfire. It's going across the nation through the truckers.
Well, how long would that take to shut down that city if they didn't get supplies in there? I mean, it could take it wouldn't take very long.
7 days,
they'd
they'd be crying.
Oh, absolutely.
7 days, they'd be
I
crying.
mean, look what happened when they weren't picking up trash in that city for a few days.
Oh, yeah, the rats came out.
Oh,
well,
yeah.
the rats might starve if there's no food going in. So that's...
Yeah,
or they might start eating rats.
yeah, you never know.
I mean, truckers support
plenty of
Trump
them.
because he supports them, right? He's for the common man. And so this lady, Eleanor Cardoni, she's like a millionaire, about billionaire too, her and her husband, started a GoFundMe page called Stand With Trump, fund the $355 million unjust judgment. 100% of the funds will go forward to the Trump organization for his defense on this ridiculous judgment. Now, we were talking before the show about comparing the Canadian truckers and what Trudeau did, right?
Yeah,
He went after their
their
accounts.
bank accounts. So what's to say that they don't do that to these truckers?
They've already said that the FBI's targeting banks,
Right.
telling them,
Yeah.
give us the information on Trump, Schumer, Kamala Harris. Right?
They're using these search words to lock down on these people, and that would not be good.
Just imagine if you donated $50, now the IRS comes knocking on your door for whatever reason. You're a domestic terrorist because you're supporting
that would not be
hate
good.
speech or whatever.
I wouldn't put it past them. Absolutely,
Yeah.
But I think these truckers
It's a chilling effect.
I would hope that these truckers, what they're doing is going to have a domino effect in other organizations and other service related jobs and professions where they just this is getting to be out of control.
Why don't we just do that all across these sanctuaries? We're not going into a sanctuary city because of this ridiculous what you're doing. We can do it. We don't want to come to you guys. Find some woke truck drivers to do it.
And and what's to say that they don't start doing it on a federal level either, right? DOJ goes after people. Who knows?
Yeah.
It's
I mean, usually that's under contract, so they'll go after them. DOJ would.
Sure.
Okay, so they've already raised $310,000, which, that won't even cover the bond. It will not even cover the bond that he has to pay for these judgments. $310,000, not even.
And that's just for that's just for the latest one in New York, right?
Right. Well, the other ones are criminal. So it probably needs to be 8 figures before it's enough to cover the legal fees. So this is lawfare to the extreme, and I think you're right. We need to push back with whatever. We're boycotting truckers, whatever. Get creative.
If you're planning on a trip to go to New York,
Go to Indianapolis.
Go to someplace else.
Yeah.
It's kind of
Joplin.
It's kind of what you have to do when you get bad customer service from somebody. You talk
Go
to them
somewhere else.
with your pocketbook, and
Exactly.
this is a great way to do that.
Exactly.
But
Okay, folks, thanks for joining us. That's all we have today. If you liked what you saw, hit the subscribe button. Tell your family, tell your friends, tell your enemies. Until next time.
have a good day. Thank you.